Well, this is the part, Heinzie, where I hate YouTube because it doesn't tell me that we're actually live. Live.
Good like that.
I guess. Oh, no! Look, there it is. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, great. Ah, there we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Jedi Academy, the longest running live and Q&A show ever for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Not that we had much competition, but it's still something we'll claim, damn it, even though it's a load of crap. I'm your host, Ranger Jade, 1999, representing the RC crew. And joining me right now is the preload specialist himself, the lover, not the fighter, Heinzie, ANZGC from the Australia New Zealand Guild Coalition from the land from down under.
Mm-hmm.
Heinzie, how are
How
you?
are you? How are you, brother? Good morning, mate. Good
Did you?
morning. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Uh, love you guys. How are you? Skewer Nation, bunch of legends. Hope you're all well. Big shout out to Nath. He's giving me some love out there already this morning. So, love you, Nath.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming and hang out. But yeah, it's been fun, Ranger. We
The
had a
battle of all
crazy night
battles.
last night.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
I said you guys had the battle of all battles last night.
Yeah, it was great. It was really, really fun.
Two men enter, one man leave.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I made a couple of stuff ups, and yeah, it goes that way from time to
I'm
time. But
sure it is.
geez, it was a lot of fun. It really was so much fun. I'm really enjoying it lately. It's
So
crazy.
you guys can go back and check that out. And also join us. It's the sexy Buddha himself, the hairmonger, the lightsaber builder, the Magic the Gathering conqueror himself from around the world, Sir Loki. And he's not connected to his audio. Epic fail on Loki. Just huge epic fail. All right, I'm moving on. I did do a proper introduction. You heard it, Heinzie. Everyone else heard
You
it
did,
too.
man.
You know?
There's nothing worse than when you do a big wind up. I do that from time to time. There's no one at the other end. You're just left hanging. It hurts. It really
It's like
does.
anybody? Satan? Satan?
Anyone?
Anyone? Satan?
Anyone? Anyone?
Lucifer? No? Okay.
Bueller?
All right. Well, we'll wait for Loki to figure out how technology works. While we let you know how everything's going to play out. So this is a Jedi Academy. It's a Q&A show about SWGOH, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game brought to you by Capital Games. And you've got questions. We've got a great panel of people here to answer your questions. May not be the correct answer, but we're going to give you an answer irregardless because we're dumb. No. Honestly, we bring the best panel we can for you guys. And the way it works, if you have a question, pop that into chat. Make sure you put the word question for your actual question statement. That's how we filter questions out of the chat. Because we use Nightbots, we have to have a filter word. And it's pretty simple. Put the word question, write out your question after that, and then we'll get it scooped up. If you don't use that format, I'm sorry, 9 times out of 10, we will miss whatever it is you're asking because we're not looking in the chat directly. I mean, we are, but we're monitoring, but we're mainly looking for questions and through Nightbot. So, it is what it is, how we do it. So if you would like a question answered, that's the format. And this is all this is. This is a 2 hour Q&A show where we answer all your SWGOH questions. Now, that being said, some of the other mechanisms we have to go through. First of all, hit that thumbs up, smash the like button, sub if you haven't already, and
I already have. Come on,
you
guys.
see,
If a
yeah,
dodgy Australian can hit the thumbs up button, anyone
yeah,
can do it. There's no
yeah.
excuse.
Put
Thumbs up.
the Fosters down, put the Coors Light
Hmm.
down, whatever it is. Maybe it's orange juice, maybe it's a Bloody Mary. I don't know what you're drinking, but put it down. Hit that thumbs up. Come on now, folks. And it would behoove you because this is a 2 hour show. It would behoove you, just throwing it out there, to get your question in sooner rather than later because there is a cutoff, and if we don't get your question, sorry, but there's only so much time. Also, not to worry, if you have a question and we didn't get to it, you can join our Discord and you can ask your question there. We have a general chat section. We have a Q&A section. How you can message me directly and we'll get you squared away. One way or the other, you'll be fine. All right. So, is Loki? Are you there? Did you figure out how your stuff works yet?
I am here. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. I gave you that big intro, and you just completely went crickets on me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't think you are. I think you set me up.
No, I forgot to hit. So there's this. So I'm unfortunately I'm on my mobile device because I'm in a hotel room in beautiful Las Vegas right now. But I forgot
Oh,
to hit the call. It says call using internet, and it like was stuck on that little button thing. So I apologize. But thank you
Mhm.
for having me as always.
What do you mean you're part of the crew, you psycho?
Well, you can always
like,
kick me out.
Why would I
like,
do that, man?
No, I don't know.
Loki, are you getting bottle service, Loki?
Oh,
Am I getting what?
Bottle service? The clubs? You're clubbing it, right?
Bottle
Yeah.
service? No, they don't.
You're,
No, those are all closed right now. We can't do that stuff.
dude, it's Vegas. Nothing's ever closed, right?
No, it's they got their restrictions too. So it's
Okay, fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm having fun.
Good
Little
on
R&R, so it's good.
little R&R.
you.
Yeah, but all you do is take care of your harem, man. I mean, you don't need R&R. Actually, it's reversed.
Sometimes you don't bring.
They take care of you mostly.
Well, sometimes you can't bring the sand to the beach, you know.
That's
So
true. You gotta bring yourself
Yeah.
to the sandy area. If
It,
I understand.
Here's a touchy subject, me guys. Come on, let's be harsh.
No, it's not actually. We speak truth here. We speak truth to power here at RSG. There, Heinzie. We
yeah.
want Bro Cheney. There's just, the only thing we don't like discuss around here are two things: porgs, and broccoli. That's it. Everything else is open. All right. Let's see here. I don't know what's going on with you guys this week. I mean, the games, we're still waiting. Heinzie, we're still goddamn waiting for some anything. I'm getting tired of our Wednesday night streams of speed and Q&A because we have nothing to report on.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do, but we kind of don't. I mean, we know Conquest is coming, right? Everyone knows that. We've seen all the data mines, and all that sort of stuff. So we've seen all that. But to be fair, Doja was floating around the place a few days ago.
No, communication is not the problem. Yeah, this is not a communication issue. This is
they picked that up.
Nothing going on. Man.
True, which tells me that they're working on something big because they just don't have the time and they're working on getting it done. That's just what I believe at the moment. I really think so. And yeah, I think Conquest is they're getting to the end of, pulling the trigger. I really think that they're going to get it up and running. I kind of expected, because obviously we heard from Doja that they mentioned we'll speak to you probably on Friday. I actually expected an announcement yesterday, and it didn't drop for whatever reason.
Finn did something, I don't know, but I will just say
Finn did it. Yeah. I blame Finn. Yeah, okay.
IBF is a thing in the SWGOH community.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. But no, I think we're certainly a lot closer than I thought a week ago. To be fair, I think that we're certainly going to be getting something soon, and the graphics are coming through, and they're very similar. As I spoke to Grid last night, he showed me a graphic of Galactic Conquest, which is in the original Battlefront 2 game, and it looks identical to the same layout.
Does it really?
It does. Have you seen it? I'll show you. I'll send it to you.
I'll get angry. I'll get very angry because they've been doing this a lot where Battlefront 2 would come up with it and then they would pull that stuff, man.
Yeah, they're pulling it straight up. I mean, you've already seen the purple map, the holo map.
I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it.
The holo map that they put up, in the data mine, right? There's the purple map, yeah?
Yeah.
So anyway, I got this from Grid. Give me a second. I'll just send it to you, and you can have a look. And you tell me what you reckon, Ranger. You see if this looks very similar to the purple map. I'm sorry, guys. This is really rude for everyone out there at chat, but I'll send it to you now. You tell me how that's not the same sort of style. That's from Battlefront 2, about 5 years ago. So it's some crazy stuff. It really is.
That map, no. But there was conquest mode and stuff and other things. I mean, that's just a map of the SWGOH Galaxy.
Yeah,
or Star Wars
which
Galaxy.
Is part of the conquest. You used to move on, battle a planet, take over the planet, move on to the
You're
next
talking about the original battle.
Yeah, the original BF.
That's
what I'm
saying. You said Battlefront 2, and I was like, what?
My apologies.
That's what threw me off. I was like, that. I don't remember having any corn.
No, I'm sorry. That was my bad. I didn't mean to. I didn't explain it very well. I'm sorry, guys. It's stupidly late, so you have to bear with me, right? but it's very similar layout to those formats that they've done before, which makes sense because if they're going to bring a new thing they've already got and they own, it's easy to transfer that across than create something from scratch, right? They've got a system in place already. They just got to touch it up for mobile.
That's right. All right. Well, that looks interesting. So if you want to check that out, I'm sure Heinz, you posted that in your Discord and stuff. So
yeah, I don't know where even I don't know where we can post it. I don't know if you can post it in the chat or not here. I can't do that, but I don't know if you want to do that or not.
An RSG?
Yeah, just pop it in there if you want. People to have a look and they can get their opinion, I guess.
You should be able to post. I don't know why. In the general
chat? You should be able to copy and paste that link. It's just Discord link. It should work. Theory.
Here, I'll post this in the chat for anybody that's joined our Discord for this image that Heinz's
Go for it.
Give me a second here. Just for all the viewers. Yeah, I can do that. Give me a second.
Let's do that.
Uno momento por favor. That's French. All right.
Oui.
All right, there. I posted the map for you guys. There you go. Alrighty then. Let's get into the questions. Heinz, you ready? Loki, you ready? It doesn't matter. We're going forward anyway.
Loki in Vegas, he's ready for anything.
I know, right? Last time,
I'm ready for anything.
I know. I remember seeing a picture from Lucky last time he went to Vegas. Man, he looked like he had that look like he'd had a great time because his eyes are sunken in. He's like,
Yeah. I just imagine Loki at Vegas. I just imagine the movie The Hangover myself.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He's gonna come back with a Mike Tyson tattoo for sure.
I think we have another participant into the round robin of pain here. We have Warrior from Warrior Presents, Colorado Monkey High.
What's happening, y'all?
What's going on, homie? What are you doing, pimp?
Oh, not too much, man. Just hopping in for about an hour.
That's right. And you guys should be thankful that you get an hour of Warrior's time. Because he's amazing. If you haven't checked out his channel, I don't know what to tell you. I've been subbed since the beginning. I enjoy the content. Put it on in the background while I'm beating somebody up. It's great. It's really good stuff. Makes me stop and think about SWGOH.
Nah.
Gangsta. Straight gangsta. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, perfect timing, Warrior. We're right into the Q&A. You ready, brother?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. So we'll start with Heinz, and I'm just going to work my way around the corner, as Grandy would say. All right. First question from Dash Riprock. What a name.
Dash.
What a name. All right, Heinz. He says, question. I just started relicking troopers, but have them all at relic 0 for now. If GSA were the only consideration, how high should I relic and or which trooper before they are blowed on my 5.8 million roster? They're not blowed. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah. I mean, relic. If you're got them at relic 0, at least you should at least take them to relic 1 as a minimum, for sure. I have mine at around the relic 3 to 4 mark. I think that's pretty economical, and you get a good output out of it.
Yeah.
Look, with the relics are one thing with troopers. The mods are really the other. You really need to get the speeds up. On Scion, on Stark, and obviously Gears as well. They're probably priority. To be fair, mods are more important than the relic levels. But yeah, anywhere 3 to 4 is suitable. Any more than that,
3's fine. I think a couple of them. I don't know if you have to take them a little higher if you're going to eventually get Palpatine. But I think the highest is 5, if I remember correctly. I have to go back and look at the stuff on it. But yeah, get them up, and you've already got the speed hit for them. Make sure you have high speed on Piet and obviously Stark, and then the rest it's mainly damage.
Yeah, the mods are far more important.
Oh yeah,
you got to get the mods right, otherwise you're wasting your investment straight up.
Yeah, but that is not fluffy.
Not at all. It's solid as hell.
Oh yeah,
once you get into that turn meter loop, you're in trouble. You just won't get a turn.
Yeah,
will not get it.
Well, not only you're not getting a turn, but they're going to ice your ass because they start getting those stacks of from Piet, and I'm telling you, man, Piet's changed that team. I saw Loki one time. He's like, when they first were really going, There's a Sith Eternal Emperor Palpatine in GAC and looks like Ranger. I'm like, yeah, what's going on, Loki? I'm going to go use troopers. What? No, don't use troopers against that. You'll get killed. He's like, watch this. Kicked his ass.
Yep.
It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. So,
it's one of the factions that have really just blossomed with the release of relics. There's a few out there that have really just gone that extra level that you wouldn't have used before. And when you bring the relics in there, there's certainly one that's really benefited highly from relics.
Yep, absolutely. So get your troopers relic 3 and you'll be a happy camper.
Hey, one thing I want to add real quick.
Oh, wow.
Because Heinz brought in the modding. Not only do you need speed, but it depends obviously what team you want to go up against. But like you mentioned, Sith Eternal. One mechanic you got to keep in mind too is you can manipulate who Sith Eternal links, and that's super important because if Sith Eternal links one of your damage dealers, he can't crit anymore. Is the issue. So the way you can manipulate it is it depends who has the most protection on your trooper team. That's who he links. So like, for example, like I put more protection on my Moff Gideon because I don't care if he crits or not. Like you don't want, like you need Piet, you need Veers, and you need range trooper to crit. Like they have to crit and do big damage. But like Moff Gideon doesn't need to crit because he doesn't hit for anything anyway. And then I think I mod my Death Trooper with more protection also. So those are the top two that get the most protection, not only the speed, but also the most protection when you mod them. So keep that in mind.
There you go. Yep. Science. All right. Yep. Let's see. Next question we go to you, Sir Loki. And this is from What Else 73's question. He says, when is Lando Calrissian going to do a shout out for Heinz being okay? That's not even a question for.
I was just gonna say on that last one, everyone's talking mods and relics, man. But if you ain't got the Zeta, just give it up. I don't have the Zeta on that team. So
oh no!
Yeah, gotta have the Zeta too, bros.
Yeah,
there you go. You need everything.
You need everything. All right. What else? 73 snuck a question that was supposed to be for you, Heinz, in here, but you didn't.
It's fine, man. Thanks, love you, man.
Another one here for you, Heinzie. I'll wait to come back to you, Heinzie. Let's give Warrior a question next.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, give the guy some.
Well, they're poo-poo questions, so I think you're going to be angry. Let's see here. What else? 3, 4. Let me read through it and make sure it's not for Heinzie specifically.
Sorry, guys.
Here's one for Warrior.
Bad.
I know they're trying to give you crap in the beginning.
I don't give a go for it.
All right, Warrior. Question for What Else 73. It says, how do you deal with opponents in GAC when they hold all their galactic legends for offense? Seems that's happening more and more as time goes on.
Well, I mean, you can't change how an opponent plays.
No.
My opponents normally hold a couple and put a couple, so I always see at least 2 on D, and then there's always a couple missing. So I know what they're saying. There's a lot more. I noticed on the lower level, people are saying that they're seeing less and less on defense. So it is what it is. But I think you have to just play your own game. You just have to kind of set your defense based off of the teams you're going to leave for yourself. And if the teams you're leaving for yourself are teams you're confident with, can beat the teams you're believing you're going to see. And if those teams you believe you're going to see are potentially galactic legends and your counter teams can still beat those, then you need to set the toughest defense possible. Even if they're keeping their galactic legends, because even if they keep their galactic legends and you're setting a few of your galactic legends on defense and a few they may still trip. And if they don't trip, they still may not get perfect points. And if they don't, then you're going to have an easier time and get a higher percentage of your points and win through a percentage of point, variant. And if they trip at all, or they don't get, the best efficiency, then that's on them. It's kind of advantage to you when they don't put any of those on defense, because it gives you an opportunity to make a cleaner battle plan, if you will, with how you're going to fight. It actually comes down to how can you do undersized battles at that point. A lot of times, can I take that separatist team out with just a Malik? Can I do that? Because I think I can. Because if I can, then I'm going to get some extra points, and that's going to save me some characters and that kind of thing. So, like this, and then the worst part is, then you get other people that will set all 4 of them on defense, and if you see that, then you're like, oh my god, because I only have 2 GLs, and now I've got to beat 2 GLs with GLs, and I've got 2 GLs I got to beat with no GLs. Which GL am I going to kill with GLs, and which ones am I not going to kill with non-GLs? So, it can get worse. So I think that's a better solution, or a better scenario than what you're talking about.
There you go. All right. All right, Heinz, let's go back here because I didn't finish that first question from What Else 23. He says, when is Lando Calrissian going to do a shout out for Heinz being the champion he is?
Hello, what have we here? Thank you guys. It's been fun. You guys are awesome. So thanks for having me. I'm sorry I missed last week. I was planning on getting here and had some family stuff kick up. So it's a lot of fun. I love coming in here.
Yeah,
it's fun.
He fought Cubs last night. It didn't go to plan. It's okay.
Yeah.
Soon.
You know what? Honestly, if we want to cover that quickly, I had an absolute ball. I really did. It was amazing. So it was a great turnout. Everyone enjoyed it. It was a good vibe. I just stuffed up a battle and it cost me. It happens. We all do it on our phones, sitting on the toilet or sitting on the couch at home. Just I'm doing it in front of a camera. So it happens, but we had a ball. It was really, really great. And looking forward to trying to get some revenge in future. We've got to, I've got some unfinished business. So hopefully we'll go again.
There you go. Darkseid 1972. Question for Heinze. Besides Conquest, what and when do you think the next thing will come to the game? Epic confrontation? More Galactic Legends? It's always great to see you. Thank you, says Darkseid 1972.
Love you, Scion. Oh, great question. Look, we're going to get Legends. Just a matter of when. They're happening because they make them good cash. So that's going to happen, guys. Get ready for that. I know a few guys that are already banking energy to get the tickets now already. So that at some point when it launches, they can just go get the tickets for it and unlock it. But yeah, I'm expecting, I think we're going to get Bo-Katan at some point soon. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I believe that it is common sense to bring it to the game now. I think that would work well. Mando's still missing something. The Mando faction, the Mandalorian team, Beskar Mando, he's terrible. He shouldn't be terrible, but he is. IG's great. Quill's good in a Ray team, which is bizarre. But I think that there's just something missing there. I see Bo-Katan coming to really give them that real buff that they deserve and to make them a much more solid and a really, really good, high damage team, I hope.
Yep, I agree. All right. Next question for Loki. King 77 says, question, will Mayfield have a greater role now that Kara has been pulled out? Pulled out, giggity. Really? Is that a legit question? We're not giving that to Loki. Loki, any thoughts? Okay, yeah. Sure. All right. Here's your question, Loki, from Nathan H. Question: any surprises for the panel? We'll start with you. Going back to 5v5. Any new characters particularly useful? Now it's the same stuff we've always seen. There's nothing surprising me whatsoever. What about you, Loki?
Yeah, I feel like they need to put more teams because I always have a bunch of offense left over after even putting a pretty good defense on. Or they need to make that new division and put more teams. But I don't know, nothing surprising. I'm putting Sith Empire with Sith Eternal now more to block troopers. Mm-hmm. So as long as my Revan goes first, I can jump their trooper team, and then it normally just falls apart after that. But with a lot more in our rosters now, I'm getting I'm trying to get a little more creative in putting teams on that my opponent, either hasn't seen or isn't comfortable fighting. And I think that's, until they make a big change to it or add another division with more slots, that's what it's come to now is, you can put less B or C teams on defense and try to put something a little more robust or something that's a little tricky for your opponent. And that's where 5v5 is now. I was talking to some of my guild mates, and I actually enjoy 3v3 more because there's just more teams, and you can get a little more creative with it. As 5v5 right now is like a little vanilla for me, and it's like, if you scout your opponent correctly, you just put all the teams that like he would just have difficulty countering. So I mean, you can just look at the mods and if your trooper team is way faster than his or way faster than any team he has on his roster, then it might be a good idea to put that team on defense because he's got to burn something. He's got to overcommit to it, right? And, going back to that question about the 4 GLs, I've seen people hold 4 GLs and then they put all meta teams on defense, that are super fast. And that's how they win. So, I mean, it's not, I don't know. It's okay, but nothing really new right now, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything. I mean, it's the same stuff over and over again. Maybe a variation here and there, but it's nothing I had not seen before. I mean, it's only 17 slots for 5v5, as you mentioned, Loki, so yep. I'm not seeing anything. Anything for you, Warrior? Any surprises hitting your ass?
No. The only thing I got surprised on was today, the guy I fought last night, or today and last night, it was an auto set. So I had to fight, teams that had like Galactic Legend Kylo Ren, General Grievous, General Knight Luke Skywalker, Raid training Ray, like all these meta people just all in one team, and those are harder than you think because even though there's no like synergy, it's just like OP team. It's like a 200,000 GP team of just chaos happening, and you got to try and figure out how to beat it. So it was an auto deploy, and those are a pain in the ass. They're guaranteed win because they're not going to have anything to beat your teams. So because everything on their top of their roster is gone, so all you got to do is clear a few of their teams and you win. And I got a full clear every team on my first attempt, thank God. But so I got a full clear first attempt. But those are a pain. Those are an absolute pain. They're fun though. They're annoying, but you got to get real creative to figure out how in the hell am I going to beat this, man. That's like 5 OP characters jammed into one shit sandwich. Excuse my language. How am I going to beat this thing? So it was interesting for sure.
Absolutely. All right, let's see here. Speaking of interesting. Mike Hunt, is that who I think it is?
No. It's an optical illusion.
Are you actually walking while we're trying to do a Q&A show and you want to actually participate? Man, what is wrong with you?
Ted. How you doing?
I'll wait till the food's out of your gullet there before I can understand anything you're saying. Are you done with the snackies?
I think so. Yeah.
You think so? Okay. All right. Well, look, everybody. It's Michael W. Huntington III from Her Majesty's Royal Gaming Service. Mike, how the hell
I'd have
are you?
enough time to. Yeah. Get in there. Year 2 now of shoulder recovery, but that's slowly coming together. Pretty good on the operation thing. Just having to get used to having a second belly button now.
Okay.
Courtesy of which is a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kept playing catch up.
All right.
Playing catch up to you at the moment. I see that you've already gear 12 your armorer.
No, she's Relic 5 now.
Relic 5, there you go. I only got mine to 2.
Get her to 5. She's great in the raid. All right, let's give Mikey a question here. Let's see here. Nathan H. says, question for the panel. How does rolling defense make you feel? What the hell does that mean, rolling defense?
Rolling? Rolling defense.
Nathan
Oh,
H.
what? Just
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
well, I do that. You set it and then you leave it to roll. You know what you've got each round then. So kind of like Warrior was saying just a minute ago, you know, hold all your Galactic Legends, stick a load of decent meta down, and basically it's a points win, which it always is, of course, but yeah.
All right.
You've got more undersized options. I'm going to cough, sorry.
There you go. All right. There. Okay.
It could mean two things. It could either be you set a really good defense once and then you just let it ride the whole season, basically.
I see what you're saying.
So that way, you know, you don't have to keep resetting the same thing, but then people can look and see what you set and figure out your defenses. So that kind of sucks. The other thing about rolling defenses it could mean is you change it each time, meaning that you have a rolling defense, meaning that you change it each time. So I don't know what he means by that.
I don't know either. It's
Yeah,
kind of a,
you could be rolling your defense, meaning that you're changing it each time, meaning that it's adapting, so it's never the same. But I think what they mean by rolling defense is you set it the first time and then leave it for the
just
all
leave
three
it there.
times.
Got it.
I honestly think he's talking about mods.
Mods, yeah.
Rolling
You're
defense.
thinking
sucks.
GHC is talking about mods, defense mods.
No.
You-
Yeah, do them. They go onto your sadistic geezer. No, masochistic crew.
I hate defense, man. I really do.
Slap them all on.
If
Why? You get so many.
well, it's true. If defense was legit, like a legit stat in this game, I would be the top.
If you were to
mod
love
guy.
them, you'd get speed all the time.
I would
But you
just be unstoppable because I've hit that
Some of the
goddamn
best
stat more than
I have
anyone.
is on defense mods. I hate it. They're
Yeah.
like some of the highest speeds I have are on defense sets. It's like, what the hell?
No, I just hit the actual stat. I don't hit speed. I actually hit defense. What stat's the best?
Yeah.
Defense.
Just whenever you need one more hit to get like a plus 15 or a plus 20, it drops defense and you just go straight up
Just pretty
every
much.
time.
Yeah, these things are.
I can say that word if you like, but I can't get the same beat.
No. Let's no, and I don't want sweary daughter jumping on either. I mean,
I'll go get her. I'll go wake her
Oh,
up. Hell,
no.
that'll be fun.
well, yeah, that's true.
That'll be fun.
Is the vampire princess awake at this hour? I mean, the sun's out.
No, I poked the beast. Come help me shop. No. Well,
Good idea.
if you
Wake
told
her
me
up, she'll be
yesterday,
really
I
happy.
would have gone. It's too early. It's 2 p.m. It's too early.
I was up all night playing games, Father. Go piss off.
Yeah.
No, it's the actual true statement. She works and she plays games and then she sleeps. That's just what Swery does.
One incorrect there. She doesn't work.
Oh, I thought she had a job.
So did we. No, not to be.
I respect it. She's a full-time gamer. God bless her.
Got in the way of gaming. Yeah.
Can't have that. I like the priorities. Okay. Let's see here. Next question for Loki. We had some harem questions, some other stuff. This ought to be interesting for Loki, I think. Well, first of all, actually, no, wait. What's the order here? No, we're at Heinze, so let's do Heinze. Well, this is a Heinze and Loki question. From Nathan H. says, question for Loki and Heinze. Which Spaceball characters would you be?
I'd be Barf every day of the week.
You're Mog.
I would be Barf. I reckon Loki would be more.
Well, Loki, who would you be? Loki? Spaceballs character? You? What do you think? And Loki.
I don't know, man. I mean, resemblance-wise, I have no clue. You guys tell me, but I like Dark Helmet. So
Okay.
Yeah, Dark Helmet. I was thinking Dark Helmet. I was actually thinking that. I can just see Loki walking around going, I'm surrounded by assholes. I can just see that. I just can. I'm sorry, but I can.
Loki's, I said around her nose, not up it.
I could kind of be Pizza the Hut. I could probably pull that off as well.
There you go. Yeah, Pizza the Hut. There we go.
Yeah, I could probably pull that off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Nathan H. for you, Heinz. Actual question. That was a fun question. When will they announce the next Galactic Legend? It seems like it's about time for that. Nah, but I'm still saying March, April before if we even sniff the new Galactic Legend. What do you
Yeah, I
think
think
there,
we'll be a
Heinz?
while yet. Yeah, a little while, not too long. It will be sooner rather than later, but I don't think it will be next week or anything. It'll be a little while, but I think that it's a matter of time, guys. We know what sort of investment is involved in the release of these characters and what you need and how much. In most cases, to be fair, the majority of people need to financially farm these guys. They make them good cash. So they'd be stupid, unfortunately, from a business point of view, not to release more. They're effective, and they're the thing to have. So it is a matter of time, but I don't think it's going to be next week or anything like that. I just don't believe that. They tend to now give you more time than not, especially the last slot. I think we'll all agree here. They sort of give you a lot more notice that they're coming, and it does give you a little bit of time to prepare. And I kind of like that because of what's involved in what you need to get them. I think that was the second time they did it when they released Luke and Palps. I think they got that right in comparison to when they did, Ray and Kylo, where it was like, hey, they're here, bang, let's go.
Word.
I do like how they gave us a bit of notice this time around for these guys, so you could prepare accordingly. I think that worked really well.
Okay. All right, Loki. Nathan H has a fun question here. I don't know if it's fun or not, but that's what I'm categorizing it as. He says, question, how large is the harem? Just going to let you answer that or not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Five women.
That's including all the friends that come over. So
that's right.
I roped them in, but it's 2 at the moment, and then the friends come over, and it's 5. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's just the one in Vegas, right? Not the other ones.
No, that's home.
That's home. That's home.
That's home.
And that's 5 more than the rest of us. All right. Let's see here. Loki from Darksign 1972 says, question, any idea when the arena meta is going to change? It's frustrating for those of us who to have to worry about all the free-to-play players who can climb an arena. Thank God for my Shard chat. I mean,
that's been like that for years, though.
Yeah.
It's
Next
normal.
GL.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, we just discussed it.
Yeah. I guess you can say that Luke and Sith Eternal changed the meta, I guess.
It's pretty balanced.
I don't know what was worse. I hated fighting a bunch of Rays in arena. I think that was the worst. It's a little bit better now, but yeah, it's gonna be that way. And the next GL is gonna come out, then you're probably gonna have an advantage for maybe a month or two, and then it's gonna go back to normal.
Well, eventually people will catch up. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate because you do need a GL, right? That's what it's come to now.
Yeah.
It used to be you could still climb with a Darth Revan team or some kind of a Vader team or something like that, and then Luke and Sith Eternal came out, and then it's like, yeah, I have to have a GL now to climb, and then also to somewhat get avoided. Overnight or whenever the everybody starts climbing. But they don't care about arena anymore. That's the sandbox, if you want to call it that, and they're going to leave it that way. I really don't see it changing.
It's like TW. They don't care about TW anymore.
We're coming up on 6 years now, right? So it's not changing.
No.
Unfortunately.
No.
Can I ask a quick question to Loki, if you guys don't mind quickly? I think, would it be fair to say that the arena these days is actually pretty rock, paper, scissorsy as far as Galactic Legends are concerned? I think, it used to be you had to have this team and that's the only way you can climb. I think it's pretty cool how we have different combinations that you can make it work now and still climb. Might not be as effective overnight, but still goes okay.
Yeah, I think the offense is definitely rock. It's a little more random. It's rock, paper, scissors for sure. I have loadouts for arena. Like I have my SLKR loadout.
Same.
I have my Jedi Master Luke, Jedi Knight Revan loadout, and I have my Sith Eternal loadout. And that's how I climb arena. Is I look at the guy in front of me and I'm like, sure, and that's it. So it's kind of I'm a little lazy when it comes to arena climbing because I just want to throw it on auto and forget about it. But you really can't do that anymore, per se, unless you have the loadouts and you have the multiple GLs, you know. But it's good. I mean, it's better than the alternative, right? The worst case scenario is you got the guy parked at 1 for hours, and they've done a good job to avoid that situation. I remember that in ships, right? You had the Mace timeout team, and that dude would just sit there for 3 days, you know, for whatever reason. The mechanic was terrible, and it's a good thing we don't have that anymore at the moment.
It's also better than having the old days of Jedi Knight Rev and 5-minute battles in Arena as well. I mean, at least we haven't got those anymore either. That was horrible.
Yep.
All right.
Wait until Mr. Beardy GL comes out, then you'll know tedious.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Next question for Warrior from CD Danger says, question, do you think there will be character shards in the Conquest store? If so, what tunes would you like to be available?
I do think that they're going to introduce eventually probably 2 characters, one this year and one next year, or one early this year at launch and then one, you know, later on. But which character? I would like to see it be a couple of really good characters that could complement Hondo, and that they allow it to be a couple of really good characters for a pirate faction, that Hondo be one of those, you know, legendary characters, that, you know, Hondo's part of the like legendary journeys, and then that he requires a couple of characters that they give you with marquee, you know, that they give you a couple of marquee characters, and then you need a couple of other characters to go along with the marquee to get Hondo for the legendary event. And like the one that's required is in Conquest at a lower level, so everyone could play Conquest and get this lower level character early on, so it's not out of reach. And then eventually the second character will be a little harder to attain, and it's kind of that OP character that will make that Hondo team overpowered, kind of like the Malik character is. Because, you know, Revan works without Malik, but it's really good with Malik. So it'd be nice to like them to have the entry level character that's kind of hard to, you know, easy to get in there for that. And I'd really like to see that faction fleshed out this year. Because I know that was on their board a few years back, 3 years ago, and it's been delayed. And I know that there's a few of those guys that are just pushing for that to come out. And there's a few that are just as excited about Hondo as us. So I'm hoping this year is the year of the pirates. So that's my
All right. Michael W. Huntington III. Nathan H. His question is: silence from CG better, or when they contract themselves?
Contradict themselves, maybe?
Probably, because he says contract, and I'm like, Nathan H. Are you drinking this morning? Your questions have been. What is going on with my man Nathan H. this morning? Okay, so we'll assume it's contradict. It says, is silence from CG better, or when they contradict themselves? Because contract does not make sense. I mean,
that's a tricksy question to answer, really, isn't it?
That's why I give it to you.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I mean, yeah, just go on the premise that, you know, if their lips move, they're lying. I mean,
okay.
We plan to do this. It will happen, but the updates to make it what we plan to do with it will follow on in approximately 2 years' time. Hashtag fix JML.
Hashtag yes.
Yeah.
Soon
Come on. He's been out long enough now. Fix him. Sort him. Do it. Although I still need some cam shards. Oh, that's really... Yeah. Anyway, I digress. You know what? At least if they communicate something, even if it's contradictory, you have something to read. rather than when you search the forums and it's like, yeah, I read all of this 2 months ago. Come on, So at least it gives you something to do whilst on the loo or something. Yeah. And a digestion when you pop a vessel when you see that they've just nerfed the comp you've been working towards for the past 3 weeks. Yeah. Is that satisfactory? Like in the cap, by the way.
What?
I can see Ranger across your cap.
Oh yeah. It says styling,
it's cool.
Profiling. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see here. Oh my God, we're back up top to Hoinsey.
Yes, sir.
Darsign 1972 question: do we think Relic 8 is going to be more available than just Rancor? Is that the point with my guild, like the Sith raid? It's all RNG on who gets the top 25.
Okay, so Relic 8, there is another way that you can get Relic 8. It's called packs, right? It's this crazy concept called packs. And I'm surprised they haven't actually released some more of them recently. It's been a while since they released those packs again, since they brought them out. But I'm the first one to say, and I think a lot of us agree, if not all of us, that the reward system for that particular raid is pretty bad. It's really badly scaled. You need, a lot of people, unless you're a high-end guild, which can do it in a very small amount of people, and they do some great work. I think there's 6 or 7 people have completed it before. That's a fantastic effort because it's not easy. So I think that everyone that is involved in that raid, the majority of guilds need the majority of members on at one time to pass a lot of phases to complete it. I think that the anywhere from the bottom 10 down should be much, much, much better rewarded than they currently are. There's no doubt. But that's just what I think. I don't know what anyone else thinks here, but I think that, they need to be flattened more. Especially when they said that they flattened them on release, they obviously did not. It was so blatantly obvious that they never really flattened the rewards off. I think it really needs to be done.
The irony is the top 10 are the only ones normally that can afford the packs. So they're double hoarding because they're buying the packs and getting the top 10 spots to get more R8. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the way.
I mean, I've got 4 now. That's my choice. But it's not something that, I think that, there's a lot of cases where I, depending on the time of when we run that raid, I'll, get the minimum rewards, because I'm not available time frame wise to hit it when it's available. But that's a time zone thing. That's a whole different argument as far as the way that the ramping damage works in it. I think that's really hurt that raid. But there will be other ways you'll be able to get these material for sure. But yeah, packs are the main one. Obviously, the raid runs, once a week for most guilds, sometimes twice a week.
I think in the Conquest mode, they're going to add that, just so you know. I think that there's going to be spots in there to be able to acquire that stuff because it's a new game mode and there's going to be some higher end options and it'll be a new way of getting it too. But I agree with you, Heinze. They said they were going to flatten it. So for me, it's not. It's, expectation is everything. And when you lie to somebody, that is an expectation set that is failed. And so it's not even about it's, they could have said, we're not going to flatten the rewards. And we'd be like, oh, but at least we were they're honest. But to lie to us, that is the part that pisses me off because you said you were going to flatten the rewards and then you didn't. So it was just about an expectation set that you failed. So, if you would have just said, hey, we're going to stick a sharp stick in your eye. And we're like, okay, well, we're used to that. Then at least
kind of honest, are. But, we are. You're right.
But, if you're going to say, hey, we're going to, not stick this stick in your eye, do stick the stick in your eye, now you're setting improper expectations. So it's about the expectation set that frustrates me the most because they said they weren't going to do that and then they did. So that was the only part that frustrated me because of that. Because I was like, oh, they're right. It is a team expectation that we all work hard. We're all equally working hard. And yes, some, get a little higher, score because they're a little more, learned or they have a slightly better team or maybe they did a little better theory crafting. But we're all in there busting our butt trying to make this thing happen, and we should have similar rewards. But they've always had that problem with raids. Everyone in the top 10 always gets insanely good rewards, and everyone outside of the top 10 always gets pooped on. That's just the way it's always been in every raid, including the Sith raid and others, and that's just the way it's always been. So
and that's fine. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. The top guys do the best damage, and they know how to raid, and they deserve the best rewards. That's fine. But as you said, when they blatantly come out and go, we're going to level this off, and they keep it exactly the same as the way that they've done it every other time, it's a kick in the nuts.
Just a lie. Just don't lie to us,
Yeah, straight up. And that's the thing that's really frustrating from my point of view, and many others, not just me, but a lot of people are pretty peeved. They're pretty pissed off about it. Let's be honest.
I'm just hoping they add it to the Conquest mode so we have more. But the other thing is Relegate doesn't do a whole lot, I'll be honest. I think it was just a new chase. They're hoping people that it's one more pack they now can throw out, once a month or once every quarter that they can throw out, and people are going to buy, spend $200, every pop in there. And that's what they're hoping. And it's just one more pack that they get to monetize. And it doesn't really do anything for us. It's just one more monetization that doesn't do anything for us that they get to sell. And I think that's really the goal for them, is just one more monetization. So I wouldn't be too stressed about Relegate. Relic 7, Relegate, the only place that I think it really helps, I'll be completely honest, I mean, it gives you a little extra punch on damage, and it gives you a little extra speed on ships. Both of those are nice, but if you don't have the extra punch on damage, you can still do what you need to do. And if you don't have the extra speed on ships, you can still do what you need to do. So.
Yeah. And I think the thing about the new raid too is, phase 1 through 3, you can go in there. If you have a few people that have really good Kylo Rens, like 4 people with good Kylo Ren teams could clear it. It's phase 4 where you have to have the entire guild participate, because you can't get that big score with phase 4 like you could the other 3, because Kyle becomes almost useless in phase 4. You have to have like Rey, but you can only get so much out of those teams that it's like, it's all your points are valid and stand. All right, who did I just ask the last question to? Was that to you, Heinzie? I just did.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have another one.
I want to. Can I add one more thing? Because this is the one we've all been waiting for. Is they said they're going to fix the SLKR issue with phase 1.
Yeah.
So I'm personally not looking forward to that, but more so, I want them to fix phase 1 if they really think this mechanic's broken and you shouldn't be able to get 75 to 100% on a run. But I don't want them to fix Kylo himself, because to Ranger's point, you won't be able to do phases 2 and 3 anymore easily like we used to. So I hope CG just does something to phase 1 and leaves SLKR alone the way he is, because this is going to be a big deal for a lot of the guilds and a lot of the people that manage Challenge Rancor, because I feel bad for those people that like to manage this thing and have the box run in and manage all the damage and call the drops. And that's a hard job, man. That's territory war within itself. And you got a lot of burden on your shoulders if you're running this, because you don't want your guys to fail. And it just feels like crap if you come a couple percentage short and you stall out in phase 4 for whatever reason. So I hope CG does us good and just modifies phase 1 a little bit, which is fine.
Yeah,
the fix will be that they sort out JML so that he can solo it, as he should be able to.
Yeah, but they've nuked all Galactic Legends from having any real effect apart from SLKR. I mean, the whole design was that they set it up so if you got a Galactic Legend, it does stuff or damage in a lot of cases. And like anything, there's amazing theory crafters out there that are coming up with ways to make that work to our advantage and get these big scores. And they are geniuses of this game. We have some amazing people, that are just very, very, very clever in our communities that come up with these combinations that we would never even consider in a lot of cases, which is pretty cool. So kudos to them and thank you for what they do. But yeah, the ramping damage is an issue. They're going to look into it. I think, did they say they're going to investigate it? Did they say they're actually going to make changes, or was it just investigate?
Just investigate.
Yeah, they were just going to look at it. So I don't know what that means in the grand scheme of things. I'm not sure whether they're going to make changes or not. You know what? They have a good history of trying to fix raids in the past, guys, haven't they? Especially the Sith raid. So, you know what? It's hard. I wouldn't change too much. Just let it roll.
I just don't want them to change Kylo.
I agree.
That's my
I totally agree.
CG.
Yeah.
They just need to fix phase 1. If phase 1, they just simply say, I don't know, Captain ignores taunt. Okay, fine. Or something to that effect, right? Just make it real easy. Don't overthink it, CG. Don't nerf Kylo because, he's getting 20 to 30% in phases 2 and 3, and that's fine. Like, leave that. If they, and I get it. I know why they're doing this. It's to basically just allow more people to participate, I guess. But it's kind of like, we got the Vader team already at just 30% in phase 1, right? So, you can just use, 4 guys with that and you got it, right? So I don't want them to overthink it, and I don't want them to nerf the tune, is my point to this whole thing. I want them to nerf the phase and, or fix the phase and be done with it,
All right. Speaking of that, we've
Nothing.
got two combatants entering the Terror Dome. We've got little Goblin Penis, good old Maurice.
Somber tone this morning, guys. What's going on?
Well, we had a happier tone until you showed up.
Well played. Good morning.
Hello, good old Maurice from Operation Metaverse. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. And then, of course, we've got the Nev, that bloody wanker himself, my co-host on the GA Center on the Escape Pod cast. Nev, what's going on?
You said it right.
I'm remembering because, I
Said it correctly
don't
this
want you
time.
guys to quit tripping on that, me saying GAC Center.
GA Center. You got it right.
Well, it's like the Escape Podcast. I actually will say it right more times than you guys will. So, all right. So we've
Everyone's
got
talking about the slacker and the crankle.
Yeah, we've beat that horse to death.
Expressing concerns, I suppose.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some more questions. Before we move on from Heinze real quick, Helenix had a question. It's not a real question, but it's a question, Heinze, nonetheless.
I love Helenix.
Yes, he's very Greekish. He says, question for Heinze. When am I going to get a Mary J character added to SWGOH? I'm tired of waiting. Ranger promised me that CG was going to do this. Hashtag Heli said now. Hashtag that's bullshit because Ranger J in 1899 never said that she was going to the game. He said that he wants her to. So
no. Ranger said it. He promised. That's he stuffed it.
Yeah.
Let you down, brother. That's what happened, Helenix.
Yeah.
Hope you're well, brother. Love you, Helenix. Legend.
Helenix, I'm going to.
You're going to be waiting a while, bro.
It was you, Helenix, that betrayed me, Fredo. All right, Fredo. All right. That wasn't a legit question. I just wanted to read it so you can see how just ridiculous it was. All right, moving along here. Let me answer Nathan H's questions. He's really on fire today. He says, question, 4 panelists enter the Pickle Dome. How many leave? The answer is 42. Yes, the 42 was the answer we were looking for. All right, Loki, going to you. Warrior, you're up next. How do you say this name? Epic has. Okay. I had to look at that one for a second. Like, is that okay? Cool name. Loki question. CG somewhat said a new tune will be rewarded for new game mode, but I think it will reward multiple tunes. What do you think? Oh, it's Vormax. Vormax, just pick one name and stick with it. You got like 9 names, and you always say, "Oh, this is Vormax." By the way, goddamn, every time. Pick a name, bro. Your thoughts, Loki. One tune or multiple tunes for Glass?
So is this his daughter's account or his cousin's account?
I think it's his second cousin's on his mom's side or something.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. No, I'm gonna go back to what Warrior said earlier. There's probably gonna be a new tune in the store. And they're not gonna be ashamed to show it off, and everybody's gonna be chasing that currency. So they might put more tunes in that store. I think guild event tokens. How many tunes do we have guild events right now? Is it like get 1, get 2? We got like 5 in there, I think. 5 or 6. So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, GAC, the GAC store, I get the relic mats out of there. So I could totally see them doing the Conquest store. So we're gonna have Galactic. No, I'm sorry. No, so yeah, we're gonna have a Conquest store, and yeah, I can totally see them dropping the characters there. I was thinking Cantina, but no, Cantina's already dead. So, yeah, we're getting another currency. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it, but they can sneak some stuff in there and make us want to participate in the game mode. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, next question to Warrior. And see here, this is from Zachary Parley. Anyone? I don't know. It's Parle, I think, or IE. I can't tell. But Zacharias here says, for Warrior, do you think CG will continue to make Galactic Legends on par with the former Galactic Legends? It seems that would eventually piss Wells and Squad Arena off if anyone with a Galactic Legend can climb and take number one eventually. What do you think? Do you think they're going to be on the same level, or will the new Galactic Legends Warrior be better than the current Galactic Legends that we have right now?
I think that they'll be on par, but different. Everything's paper, rock, scissors, and right now, and so like one beats this one beats that one beats that one, and so it's like it's difficult. They'll make it where the one let's say they bring out a new Kenobi, Master Kenobi. Master Kenobi will be able to beat three of the Galactic Legends, but struggle with one of them, kind of thing is how it's going to probably be, where he's pretty OP with three of them or whatever. By the way, I'm pretty solidly in line with believing Master Kenobi is one of the next Galactic Legends, and I do believe he is going to be it, and I do believe it's because they're going to want us to have to relic all of our stupid Jedi, and the only people that are going to be like ready for him are going to be people like Arnold, who took all their stupid Jedi up into relics because they were testing all the stupid Jedi for their cam.
Don't forget Dasha.
Yeah. And so all those people that are like, I got cams, so I'm just going to relic all my random Galactic, Republic or whatever. Those people are going to be like, oh, I'm ready for him, and then people like me are going to be like, oh, shoot, because we got all those people low, you know what I mean? So we're going to be like, damn it. But I honestly think, and I think that the reason, and there's writing on the wall. I mean, they changed the Kenobi's movements and stuff in game coyly, and they're like, hey, don't pay attention to that, that just happened, but random, so it's no big deal. But they like to do stuff like that, and then in 2 months it's like, oh, by the way, we have a new Kenobi now, and there's a reason, because we wanted to do that. So I do think he's the next Galactic Legend coming out will be Master Kenobi, and I do think he's going to be strong against three of the Galactic Legends, like Rey, Jedi Master, Luke, probably pretty strong against him, and probably against Kylo, but maybe he'll be weak against C. Is probably how it'll work, something to that effect.
That works for me. Someone asked me the other day what I thought the next two Galactic Legends were, and I really thought about it. I'm still going to stick to this answer. The brother and the sister. Leave it there. Celestials, bring them into the game. It'll be a lot of fun.
I would love the Celestials. I really would. I just don't think that they care about them. I brought that up once. Rip. I was like, you could have the brother and the sister. But Anakin submitted both of those, and so they could even bring they could even rework the Anakin in game that they have, and once they bring the Celestials in and stuff. But they just were like, nah, whatever. Blah. It's just like, damn it, because those were really cool characters, but they don't care.
I know. Father, Abeloth, anyone? No? Okay. All right, next question. We're going to the little goblin penis. Good old Maurice. Let's see here. Mark Ortiz's question: what non-galactic legend counters do you guys like to use versus Jedi Master Luke? I'm finding Darth Revan to be much less consistent with the BSF changes.
Yeah, Darth Revan's kind of gone. There are some other sort of odd DR comps. I saw somebody pull out like the old GBA trick with DR that seemed to work. You could use I guess it depends on the comp, right? If it's like a Super Jedi team, like an arena team, it's a pretty tough one to beat. If it's like a, Grand Arena team where you got some of those leftover Jedi, maybe like Warrior was talking about, like maybe they threw in their Ayla and their like Ezra with them. You could beat those type of teams with you can beat them. Some of the teams with CLS. I mean, I don't really fight too many of them. Typically in Grand Arena, I just use C. That's pretty much what I do. So I guess I don't have the best answer for you there. If anybody else has,
it's a tough
JML counter.
Well, yeah, it depends on what they use for JML, right? If it's just JML himself, there's a lot of teams you can use. If it's like, say, Jedi Knight Luke lead with Jedi Master Luke, that's a whole different ball of wax.
Well, that's what. Yeah, you can't. Like you almost have. That's what Jedi Knight Luke lead there does. It just slows your whole team down. Like you almost have to use a GL. Otherwise, you're trying to counter a GL at a massive speed disadvantage. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go in with my Jedi Master Luke team against it yesterday, and even then, it came down to both Lukes, and I just ended up dying to it. So I was like, God dang it! So I had to go and clean Luke up with the dinky team. So that Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Master Luke team is pretty wonky, crazy good. I mean, Sith Eternal Palpatine will wreck that team no matter who. It's just what he's designed to do. Just like Kylo will really beat the crap out of C. So it just depends on what you have. But if you don't have Sith Eternal, it's really tough. That team is really dynamite. It really is. All right, next question for the Nav. Let me see here. Well, Nathan H says, "Can we have a story update?" Michael will be back, so we'll see if we can get a story update after that. Let's see here. Nev, Darsign 1972. Question: what sneaky thing does CG have coming to make their fiscal year next month profitable? We not Galactic Conquest.
No.
What's the sneaky thing?
Galactic Conquest will probably make up some stuff. I think what they'll do to make up their shortfall is an epic confrontation.
Okay.
I think they're going to throw. I don't think we're going to see GLs this year. I think we're going to see epic confrontations. I think they're going to throw us an epic confrontation, and as with all epic confrontations, there are some complete and utter, blindsided characters that they throw in there that people just don't think to either have at 7 stars or geared up, and then they'll offer a boatload of gear packs so that people can quickly gear them up to, Relic 2 or Relic 3 or whatever Relic requirement is for those characters. And then perfect example of that would be, I think they're going to give us Bo-Katan, and then there's going to be a bunch of, all of the Mandalorian tagged characters that people do not have high geared or relic at all, because why would you relic Sabine? Why would you relic Gar Saxon and all of that lot? So it's an easy way for them to make a quick buck. $100 packs that take those characters to a certain relic level, so that the whales and the krakens can instantaneously go straight into that epic confrontation, get their 5-star Bo-Katan, and then the Conquest is where you will exchange your currency to take them from 6 to 7.
Science. All right. Wow, we're just rolling. We're rocking and rolling. All right, next question for Heinze.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me update this and get my questions going again. I thought there was a Heinze question here. There's been a bunch of them. Some of them have been filtering out there for you, Heinze, because really?
No, don't filter. Let rip. I don't care.
No. Okay, that's good. We did that one. All right. The engineer. No, wait a second. Darsign 72 here. It's more of a statement, so I'll let you deal with this, Heinze. He says, question. So let's see. Mike Heinze is Heinze is the preloader. Ranger is the master defense, mod slicing. Warrior is always the voice of reason. Mike has sweary daughter, and Loki is the ultimate badass. What does that make Nev?
No, that's not fair. You can't ask Heinze.
He's the stinking palm. That's what he is. Straight up. That's what he is. And all I got out of that, and the moral of the story is that the Ranger is the master of the D. That's all I got out of that as well.
Word.
So, yeah. It's all good.
Nev, the sad thing is that last part I added.
Yeah, you did. You weren't even
You added
the
that
original
part, did
question.
you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you added that part. All right.
All right. The engineer for you, Heinz, this question: if I change the time preferences in the game, do I get to fight in a different bracket and maybe climb arena? Also, is there a way to get back to my own bracket, or is that permanent?
I believe it can be changed, I think, after a certain time. Is that correct? I've never changed my payout.
6 months you have to wait after you do it?
You
get
can
two every year.
Time.
Yeah,
you can. But I've never changed it. But yeah, if you're at the point where you can get to top 20 or 30, more often than not, there's going to be a collection of a server, a Discord server that have all of those top 20 guys consistently in there, where they share their payouts to different time zones. Now, you don't necessarily need to be in that server. You just need to find someone in there and find out when those times are so you don't hit them. Close to the same time you get your rewards. If you don't hit them, they'll leave you alone in most cases. And again, there's many stories of, for and against this particular process. However, that's just, the lay of the land. The top guys normally, and they will be in big communities or big alliances. So check the top 20 and reach out to those communities and say, hey guys, I'm in this particular shard. I'm in this server shard with these guys in arena. Is there a payout list, or is there a server that I can join if you're in there? And sometimes you get a response. Other times they'll just say, screw you. It depends on the layout, but don't even bother if you're not getting anywhere near top 20 to top 30, because they won't even consider you, unfortunately.
All right. All right. We are just past the top of the hour. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, smash the like button. And yeah. All right. Let's continue on. Let's see. Next question. We are going to the lightsaber builder from King77. Loki question. What are the best mods for Moff Gideon?
Speed.
Okay, speed.
Make him fast.
Yes, it's all speed.
Especially if you're going to mod him to take out a Sith Eternal team. Mod that dude fast. And he's great plug and play. I think Ranger, you've used him in I love Sith Triumphant team. He's a super good plug and play. He sucks all the turn meter away and does his thing. And you want to get demoralized up as soon as possible. So the way you do that is he has to take his turn. So if you can get him super fast, so he's like the first one out the gate, then he demoralizes the whole team and they lose like 100% offense or something like that. So
yeah,
that's what you need him for. Speed. And if your speed mods have survivability primaries on it, protection, health, that's probably the top right there, because you need him to survive. If he dies, then demoralize goes away, and you open your team up to 100% more damage. So that's what I would do.
I agree.
Yep.
All right, Warrior, come out and play. It's your turn. Next question. I feel like this is a random question, but since he's not here, Warrior, Nathan H's question: will a Mace meta ever return? Galactic Legend, perhaps? Maybe?
Not like you're good anyways, Mace.
No.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility. We could get there's so they do reworks as a community service. It doesn't make them any money, really. I mean, there's a little bit of money in that for them, because somebody could take a character that's a rework, and potentially there's some new players that are like, oh, this trash Mace, okay, I'll go ahead and work him up. But the vast majority of us, like veteran players, already have him up, and so there's no money in it, right? I already have him Relic 3, so it's like if they did a rework, I just magically have a good character overnight with no money investment, and they know that, so they don't think about like, oh, there's a whole new group of people that haven't invested in him. So reworks are really more of like they're paying homage to people like me, as a like, that's why they did Darth Vader, right? They were like saying, hey, here you go. Look at us, we're nice. It's not about making money per se. It may make them some, but it's not about being, like, hey, let's put money in the coffers. So the rework thing is something they could do with the mace, but I see them doing more like bringing a second iteration of Mace where they're like, this is Mace, baba, and he's a galactic chase or something like that, or he's a galactic legend, or he's a conquest, chase, or some some new form of whatever, and there'll be money in that. Why? Because he's brand new and everybody wants him. They're not in their roster, and it will be tied to a bunch of new stuff. And every person playing the game, whether you're a whale or a free to play, has to chase it. And has to spend or has to take time. And so that makes them money. And so I don't see them reworking Mace, unfortunately, and they've dragged their feet enough that on it, I don't see it happening now. I see them adding a new iteration of Mace for this. So, I mean, just speaking truth here, that's where I see it happening. So when people say make Mace great again, I don't think that'll ever happen. I think we're going to see just a new iteration of him. And I think the one they bring out will be pretty amazing. And then again, if they do that, what are they going to do? They'll probably make prerequisites, a bunch of the Jedi that we don't use. Like it'll have like Kid Fisto, Plo Koon, all of the lower, those Jedi, Ayla Secura, those will be the Jedi we have to like have like Relic 5, Relic 7, or whatever, and that'll be how it's prerequisited for the event or whatever. It'll be annoying. So, but I gotta go. So you
all
guys
right, Warrior.
Yeah, wonderful time. Thanks for having me on for the last hour.
Yeah, brother. Be safe. Mate. All right, Warrior has left the building. All right, let me see if I can find the least controversial question from Gom. Here's one. Hugh Jazz says, question for good old Maurice: why do the poorest think they are allowed to play this game and climb an arena when the game is clearly meant for whales? Should they be rounded up and burned at the stake? Your thoughts, good old Maurice?
They should round it up and awarded a medal. Props to them,
Yeah.
I mean, I
they're eventually going to catch up, Yeah. I mean, it's not like, I mean, it happened in my shard. There's some new people, and we're cool about it. Like, if you want to be a part of the shard chat, here, what's your payout time? Cool. Join, just, here's the rules, just, get your payout, right? Now there's 2 or 3 of them that are like, nah, we don't want to do that. Like, okay, enjoy being slapped around. So, I mean, but they're free to do what they want. Listen, I've always said this. If you pay for these characters, you have an advantage for a little while, but free to play will catch up. They're just going to. And when they do, deal with it, right? They've got a high level character. They want to climb. There's nothing saying that we are owed those crystals at the top end. Right? You try to work with them and participate, but it's going to happen again where another Galactic Legend or 2 are going to come out, or some character, and they're going to fall off the wayside again, and for about 3 or 4 months you'll have that same thing you've been having since the shard started. So I just don't, do they need to be burned at the stake? No, we're not going to do that.
Can I just quickly say that in my community itself, we have a lot of free-to-play players, and they have Galactic Legends in their roster, and they're very, very successful with them. It is possible to be free to play and have Galactic Legends, guys. It happens. I can give you 10 off the top of my head, and I'll give you the ally codes if you want. Every one of them is free to play, and every one of them have Legends, and they participate really well, and they perform because they play the game right. They were smart from the start, and they got their farming bang on, which a lot of us haven't. So, don't think that the only way is the wallet. It's not. There are free-to-play guys out there that do have the Legends.
Yeah.
Not many of them, but they do. They are there.
They exist. They're not a unicorn.
Correct.
All right. Next question for the Nev from Neo Venom 2 says, question: who else would like to see the Bounty Hunter Dirge in game? And if so, what do you think his kit would be like?
I think there are probably more better known bounty hunters. slash scoundrels that deserve to come to the game. But hey, each individual person has their own favorite. If they bring them in, they'll have an AOE. They'll probably have a stealth, and I suppose CG would have to get particularly inventive with whatever the contract is or whatever the leadership is, because they'd have to have, because for some reason all bounty hunters, every single bounty hunter has a leadership, so that you can plug and play and chop and change. So there's that many. We've got so many bounty hunters, and there is so much variation in the mechanics and what they're capable of doing. It would probably be, a mishmash of what currently exists. Add 30 speed, 30 offense, or add more accuracy so that it kills the dodge, because it does seem to be Star Wars Galaxy of dodges at the moment. So maybe potency up. It really, really is anybody's guess because of the variety that we have with the current set of bounty hunters, mate. So sorry, I can't be more specific, but definitely an AOE.
It's a general question. Yeah, it's a generalized question anyway. Zachary has another question. We go back to the Hinzi, and it says, if CG did a significant shakeup to the ship's meta, do you think they would add ships to make a fleet significantly better, or just add a whole new fleet altogether?
Why not go old El Paso and do both?
Oh,
I mean, what? We know what we need, guys. We've been talking about this for months now. They haven't touched ships. And to be fair, we've only had, one marquee character this year so far.
Yeah.
We're almost at the start of March. I expected a lot more than this. I'm not going to lie. But we know that we need a first order tank ship. We know we need a resistance tank ship. We know we need them to make them viable, because to be honest, without them, they're squishy. So why wouldn't you bring in those tank ships? And you don't even need different kits. Just take the TIE bomber and just copy the same bloody mechanics and just make them look different and do the same thing and just give them some viability. And then, bring in a brand new fleet. There's room to do that. And again, ships need a shake up. One thing I was really interested in, if I can quickly jump in, sorry, I don't want to hold up the question too much, but
it's not, there's plenty of time, bro.
I actually, because I know that there's been a huge conversation about the fleet loadouts. I actually asked Doja this straight up in the SWGOH events server the other day about why the hell haven't we got fleet loadouts now? And he gave me a straight up answer. I don't know if anyone saw that or not, but he said, look, we would love to do that. And yes, it's an obvious thing, but apparently it's not as easy to actually do coding in game to create that as you think it is. He gave us that answer straight up. So they would love to do it, but it will take them a considerable amount of time, from what I've heard, to actually bring fleet loadouts in. So if you're asking for it and you think they're pretty easy, apparently they're not.
Okay, I'm going to say BS on that, because there are way more characters in this game than there are ships, and they created loadouts for the characters.
Correct. Common sense tells you that.
No, I see. No. I see what you're saying, Heidi, and the issue is it's reinforcements, I think, is the problem. Because ground tunes right now, you just have to load out 5. The loadout for ships right now is 3 plus 4 reinforcements, and I'm pretty sure they don't have the 4 reinforcements coded in. That's the issue.
And I'm not making excuses for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's the right answer. Let's be clear here. I can see now in chat, you guys are going, get onto it right now. Look, I agree. I'm not making excuses. All I'm saying is, number one, they're telling us that that's the go. That's awesome, because right now, for the last 3, 4, 6 months, we've been asking for it, talking about it, and not getting jack or answer about it. Whether you like it or not, that's the answer. At least we're getting that, which is something we hadn't been getting before.
That's true.
So whether you like it or not, it's the way it goes. Do we want it? Absolutely we do. Should they be putting resources into doing it? Absolutely they should. Whether they'll do it or not, because they're doing other stuff that's more important to the game that makes them more money, it's not my place to say that.
I blame fan. All right, next question. see. Loki, we're at you. Question from Neo Venom, non-SWGOH related. It says, are you guys geeking out over the new Mortal Kombat trailer? I haven't seen it. Anybody here seen it?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It looks
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
That looks
Yep. I
very
can't wait.
awesome.
The first one looked really awesome too, though. So we got to be.
True.
You know, I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank
Get
God it was
over
Mortal
here.
Kombat and not Street Fighter that they did.
Yeah.
I will say this. I remember last time when the last Mortal Kombat came out and everyone started playing. I didn't play it, but I enjoyed. I actually watched a YouTube video where it was just all the fatalities, and I was just sitting there laughing because they're so ridiculous. I was like, "Good Lord, who thinks of this stuff?"
I will say the last animated one that they did was good. The last animated Mortal Kombat that they did was really, really good. Because it was
They need to do a Mortal Kombat movie later that has all of those cool characters like RoboCop and Freddy Krueger and all that stuff. So I mean, they need to do something like that and give the fans what we really want is some super Expendables Mortal Kombat edition where you have every single, like, you got Rambo in it, you got Terminator, you got all that. And
yeah, but this
make it
one
like
looks
make
good.
it like 5 hours and let's do it. You know,
This one looks good because they've got established actors who are expert martial artists as opposed to previous ones where they put B-rake actors in and give them some, can you do this? Can you do this move? It's like, no, just get established martial artist actors, put them in the roles and then, film it. And that's what it looks like they've done with this trailer. Because you just see, I've seen him in that film. I've seen him in that film. I've seen him in that film and I've seen him in that film. So yeah, the trailer looks pretty shit hot.
Yeah.
All right.
It's positive signs, but again, until it comes out, you won't be 100% sure. But yeah, from what we see so far, if the movie is as good as the trailer is, we're gonna have a whole good time watching that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep, I agree.
All right, Nathan H. Next questions. We're at you, Loki. So there's a couple of Yahoo questions here. So sit back and enjoy. Nathan H. He's on fire, folks. Question for the panel: what would be your preferred way to cook and flavor pork? I like pulled pork tacos myself. Pork. I think I'd roast it slowly over a fire and just add the seasoning, let the juices and all the fat drip off of it. Anybody else?
Yeah. You take a pork fillet, you slice it in half,
Sure.
give it a bashing with a mallet so that it's nice and flat.
Sure.
You lay it on a bed of bacon, and then in the middle you put spinach leaves, you put some sun-dried tomatoes, and you put some cream cheese. Then you sprinkle over some chives. You then roll it up, and you stick some cocktail sticks to hold it together with the bacon wrapped around it. You shove it in the oven for 35 minutes. Take it out. Voila.
You had me at bacon.
I'm Australian, so I'd have to do it beer butt chicken style.
Sure.
That's just me. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Some good recipes there for porgs. What else in three? I'll take care of this one before I get to your question, Logan. I got this. What else in three says question? How come Ranger is only promising certain people will get the wanted characters? Why are you playing favorites with skewers, buddy? What else in three? You've changed my mind. I'm moving you to the top of the list, and Ranger's going to punch you right in the dick. There you go. Me putting you ahead of everybody else, because that's the kind of guy I am. One nut shot coming out for you, LL73. Thank you for your question, buddy. Man, they're cheeky today. All right. Are these really the questions? They're kind of non-serious questions. All right, Loki, CD Danger's question. Any chance they make Cam a requirement for Galactic Legend Master Kenobi? Oh, boy.
They absolutely can, yeah.
They can.
They can do whatever they want, man. That's I mean, I'm okay with it, but you have to think about, like, if it's going to be a Master Kenobi, right? Let's, we'll think about all the people that he ran into, right? We're mentioning Bo-Katan. I mean, dude, he ran into Bo-Katan, right? You got to think about, it's not really like, as much as I want to think it's going to be junk Jedi to get Master Kenobi, it's really the people along his path, right? It's his journey. So I mean, I don't really see them throwing the junk Jedi at us. I mean, maybe Mace would probably be the one. They're always going to throw those two curveballs. They're going to throw a dark side character at it, and then the rest of them are just going to make sense. So it's probably just going to be a bunch of Galactic Republic, and then Padme or something like that, and then yeah. I mean, could they throw Cam in there? Did Cam have like interaction with General Kenobi like as much as Padme and stuff like that? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, he died in what, episode 3?
Or did
so? Yeah, dude, he got shot in the back pretty bad.
Take out a lot of clones. Didn't he sort of have interactions with the rest of your roster? I mean, let's be honest. There's not many that he didn't shake hands with or say hello to or battle.
Yeah, no, he's yeah. They can throw us curveballs and all that, but can CG do it? Yes. Will they do it? I don't know. It's a good question.
We'll see.
It would suck because I think a majority of people don't have them.
No,
yeah, I think it would be a real kick in the teeth.
I'm dreading, and hear me out on this one. I'm dreading the next Galactic Legends need Relic 8s. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh God.
That's what I'm really worried about because they've already done Relic 7s. They could straight up just say, "Oh yeah, you need your Padme at Relic 8." I'm like, damn. Now I got to do Challenge Rancor for the next 2 months to get mats. And then to Heinz's point, they could just throw packs in the store and be like, "Here you go, Relic 8 your Padme and your So I'm not looking forward to Relic 8 as a requirement for Galactic Legends. More so Cam, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The next Galactic Legends coming out.
All right. Now we're all over the place with questions.
And they're chatty today.
They are very.
Where were they last week?
I know.
I think we were like fiending for questions last week.
Not really. It was just you and me though, Loki. So even though it was less questions, it seemed like more because it was just you and me.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Let's see. King77 says, question: Worst COVID hair? Wait, what is this? Question: Worst COVID haircut experience? I have a Jimmy Hoff until my barber opens next week. Any hair disasters?
Don't ask me about hair questions.
Gone.
Don't even
You've
go.
got long flowing hair. Any problems?
Don't even go there. There's none here. Don't even ask me that. Don't even ask me that.
All right, we're moving on.
I got no idea.
We're moving on. All right.
I mean, I tried to grow a mustache. That was embarrassing for everybody.
Yeah, you
dude, Nev's hair is looking good, man. Are you gonna grow it out again? It's looking good though. I like it.
Yeah,
long, beautiful,
growing it out again.
It's got a little
right on,
little shark action going on there.
I'd like to see a punk mohawk. I mean, you're halfway there.
Halfway there. That's because I haven't got any product in my hair at the moment.
Yeah, me neither.
Breaking the law, breaking the law, don't breaking the law. Hey, he looks like one of those little troll dolls.
I got this feeling.
I look like Keith from Prodigy. I look like Keith from Prodigy.
I'm not the fire starter. I'm just the instigator.
That's great.
All right. Speaking of ridiculousness, Obito has a question for Heinz. He says, "Did you clean your shoe before drinking out of it?"
Ooh.
Okay.
The shoey is a thing now, man.
I know. Before I answer that question, I want to ask everyone on the panel what they think the answer is first.
Hard no.
No.
You should. You're supposed to drink from the shoe you're wearing. So I'm going to say no.
All right. So the answer is really, really simple. Everyone got it right. Absolutely no. The Australian way is to drink out of the shoe, not washed.
The bacteria is part of the process.
Honestly, if you're drinking Foster's, you better to have a different flavor in there than actually drink Foster's. It is that bad. Trust me.
It was the shoe you were wearing, wasn't it? I'm assuming it was the shoe.
Yeah,
that's what
here.
You've got to take your shoe off and drink out of the shoe you're wearing. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's the shoe. I wore to work this morning. So yeah,
that's the way it's done.
Yeah, that's right.
But
I mean,
just don't know, do they?
He races around for 2 hours with his boot on, in the Formula One Grand Prix car, pretty sweaty, and yeah, throws a champagne in it. That's the way you do it. That's Australian style. Any less
Never
than
drunk
that,
out of a
cheating.
shoe, but I have drunk out of an army boot.
Yeah. Any less than that, you're cheating. Simple as that.
Well, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Epic fails his question. I'm a 5-year plus year total free to play account and have a Galactic Legend. Why can't I be a unicorn? Why can't he be a unicorn? You know what? I grant to thee the title of said unicorn. Go forward with thyself and do unicorny thing. And don't watch out for Voldemort because he'll drink your blood and get a half-life. That's Harry Potter shit. All right. Let's see here. Questions. Shy Bears, he didn't do this correctly. I just happened to catch this. Says, what do you guys think of the new Star Wars mobile game coming this year? I don't know enough about it. I've seen the trailer. It didn't really tell me much. I mean, I'm going to look at it, but I'm not overly excited. I'm a little bit excited because it's a new Star Wars game, but kind of had a lot of letdowns with Star Wars games here recently. I don't know how the rest of the panel feels.
It'll be better than Force Arena.
Oh, God, Force Arena.
Anything would be.
Yeah, I'm excited for a new game coming out because it's a new game, which is great. But like, the trailer gives nothing away at all. So, just fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that it is good. Fingers crossed that it is as good for the community as we kind of hope it was. But we've had letdowns before. DSA wasn't Star Wars, but it looked like it was a really, really good game on the face of it, and most people dropped it after a week. So,
Ragged Champions, remember that one?
Yeah. So I'm hopeful. I really, really am. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's Zynga that's doing it. And if you look at the list of things that Zynga have done in the past, they're very, very, basic games. Doesn't it require an awful lot of, So I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. And I'm excited that there's another Star Wars game. Definitely.
I just wanted to make another MMORPG, then we can all join the same clan and go kick the shit out of people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just watch what's his face? RGT 75. I think he's a YouTuber. He does all the Nintendo Switch stuff, as it comes out, before it comes out. Plus, he gets a lot of early access to stuff. And since this game is going to be released on the Nintendo Switch first, he's probably going to be the first person to get his hands on, one of the first YouTube content creators to get his hands on the game and give it a test. So I would say keep an eye on his channel, because he's going to be the first person showcasing it more than likely.
All right. Let's see here. Neo Venom question: if Gom is a goblin penis, does that make Heinze a koala penis? I don't know. Scientifically speaking, I don't know how that works in the.
I still find it funny. Before, when you were speaking to Gom, you just called him the goblin penis. I seriously just laughed my head off when you did that. I feel so bad about that. I'm sorry,
he
Gom.
said it. I mean, unless you want to have a jack off.
I'd like to challenge Heinze to a sword fight.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, there'd be some swashbuckling action there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you.
It's like, looks like the goblins got the upper hand. Oh, here comes Koala with a quick turnaround. Oh.
With a pile driver.
Yeah, they're actually. Why are they making the lightsaber sounds? I don't know. It's pee. I don't get it. So.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself before this gets any weirder.
No,
Too late.
Too late, brother. It's too late. Well, these are the kind of questions we're getting because, honestly, guys, not much else doing the game other than to discuss, GAC and the teams we're using and stuff. And Lucky, have you done your battles yet?
I have not. I talked to Nev, and he said I just have to record mine this round. So,
okay.
Unfortunately, I can't. I'm remote, so.
Yeah, if you can't stream, just post. That's what Geek Girl's doing. Geek Girl's switching off from streaming, and she's just going to record and post on her YouTube channel instead.
There you go. So
I plan to do that.
While we're waiting here for some more questions to pop in, just a reminder, guys, hit the like button. got like 90 people watching, but only 28 likes. Maybe I
Come
said
on, guys.
maybe I said goblin
Wow.
penis too much. I don't know. I blame
Get up.
myself for this.
Hey, I actually have a question for the panel real quick because I was
Wait
thinking
a
about
minute.
this right
Oh
now.
boy, this is rare. Loki has a question.
No. It's actually a game question.
I know.
So
This
the
is
Galactic
rare.
the Galactic Conquest coming, right? Have they announced which teams were fighting? And what I mean by this is we know how Galactic War is, right? Is you get some random people in the SWGOH galaxy, and they put some mishmash team on defense. Before you used to be able to manipulate that, right? You change your PvE team that's in game or something like that, and then that's the team that magically shows up in Galactic War. But I guess my question is do you guys think that we're actually going to see teams based on the GAC algorithm, right? So my Galactic Conquest is going to be people in my GP bracket, and they're basically just going to throw a team that I've used in GAC, or if they're going to have some loadout already based on like GAC history, and then they're going to throw that in the Galactic Conquest. I was thinking about this earlier.
The teams in my opinion, the teams are going to be based on the current galactic challenges. You know, so the way they go from tier 1 to 7, that's how they're going to.
Correct. Yeah. So you think it's going to be like a PVE team, and that's it, right?
Yes.
Like
yeah.
nothing...
I think it's going to be PVE teams, and they're going to be in ascending order. So, the lower tiers as you go through Conquest. Obviously, those first few teams that you face are going to be much, much easier, and then they're just going to get progressively harder and harder and harder and harder until they're relicked up to their eyeballs all the way at the top. In order for you to achieve the maximum amount of wards that they're going to give you at the at the end of the month, just like they do with GAC. So you'll get like little bits of rewards. Just like you get little bits, you get a little bit after each week, and you get some credits during battles. But then obviously right at the end, depending on your final league position, you get a much, much larger reward. I think that they'll do something similar with Conquest. So you
think there's going to be a loot box or something?
Yeah, you'll get like 70k in credits, for winning one battle. And after, if you reach a stage, then you get these chest thingies, and obviously the more of them that you get by the end of the month, the greater your reward at the end of the month. But when you get these chests, it'll also award like, I don't know, some materials and some gear that you don't need. Yeah. Like they do with the lower tiers of Galactic Challenges. They give you a bunch of stuff you just don't need.
I think it's going to be quite similar, Nev, and you play that game, the Lego Legacy game we played, how they had the Brixpedition for a while there, where you go along, you get to a certain point where your characters are pretty well worn out, their health is right down, and then you're going to basically use other materials, which will be consumables, guys, consumables.
They'll be in that store.
Refresh that character to go 100% again. It's going to be pretty similar to that. So it will be a step-up progression. It'll be AI-based, similar to Galactic Challenges. But your characters are only going to go so far. If you want to keep using them, you're going to need to refresh them with materials, which you probably need to buy packs for. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Or something in the store.
Something in the store. It'd be like with kind of like a cross between Brixpedition, Blitz, and Galactic War. They'll steal little bits from there, and any of the consumables that you need in order to keep progressing, so that you don't just get stuck halfway. Because that's gonna suck if you're doing Conquest and you get halfway through this map and you're just stuck and you've got nothing left to progress any further, but the event's still going to go for another 2 weeks. That's going to turn people off. So they need to put consumables that let you put extra stamina on a character at somewhere, so that you can try and climb the up the other half of the ladder and progress through the other half of the map. Because that's my only fear with the with this new game mode, is that they're going to make it last a month, so that you can have time, so that people have the time to collect these chests or tickets or whatever they are that you collect, so that you get bigger rewards at the end of the month, but certain people just get stuck and can't progress after the first week. And it's like, really, that's it. So that's my Galactic Conquest for the month. I got to wait 3 weeks for crappy rewards, and there's no way for me to do anything. You know, that's my one fear for Conquest, is that for some people, it's going to be all over within the first week, and they got to wait 3 weeks to get their rewards and 3 weeks for the next Conquest to start.
We shall see. All right, Neo Venom 2 question. Heinz says Foster tastes like piss. How does he know what piss tastes like?
Easy. I've had Coors Light before. What's the difference?
I mean, everyone knows what their own brand tastes like. I mean, just saying. You know? Grim says, you missed my question. No, I didn't. I saw your question. Quit putting that's got a question in there. God damn it, Grim. Trying to get the whole Gina controversy started. I'm not bringing that subject up here. If you want to go watch Hollywood Reporter. Lee Boca question. What is the difference in the community now from a year or two ago to where we have these awesome matchups? I know it's not the actual counts, but what's different now? I think it's just a matter of just making it happen.
It's because we had a couple of organic matches where actual, you know, people with their actual accounts got matched up against each other. And we started getting some good ones last year. And then we got Gridsy versus DB, which was just, you know, that was an epic one. And then we got Zareth versus Urza, you know, like a week after. And, you know, those two guys had their accounts. And there was just a lot of fanfare for it. And everyone's like, yeah, this is really, really good. And, you know, the community has evolved. So, yeah. And we could just keep off it. You know, we just got to keep our fingers crossed for, you know, more and more content creator versus content creator matches.
Yeah. It's a shame we don't have a sandbox mode where we can do that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shame we don't have a Grand Arena challenges where, you know, individual people can challenge someone else, you know, and instantly do a live PvP Grand Arena. That's a real shame that we don't have something like that in the game. They'd make a fortune off it.
I love how Grim's playing innocent in the chat. What? I was just saying she's number one. I know what you're doing, Grim. Stop it.
I mean, Heinzie, what's your GP at the moment?
Playing innocent my ass.
What's your count?
Yeah, what's your GP at the moment?
Your main account.
What's your count? 6.8.
6.8. Yeah. So all of the so just, you know, just imagine for a second all of your, you know, all of the fans that you've got that are, you know, maybe 6.4 or 6.4 or 6.5 that want to challenge you but can't because they're, you know, they're just away from your bracket.
Yeah.
Dumping a boatload of crystals onto characters to upgrade so that they can get within reach of you so that they can challenge you. That's how they make money. People, fans and members of the community wanting to upgrade their accounts to challenge their favorite content creator.
They can challenge whoever the heck they want. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I think we've all seen now over the last few months, especially, that there's a market for it and there's an interest in it.
I think CG's they're missing out on an incredible gold mine.
I totally agree with that. I think it doesn't matter. Everyone's hung up on this. Is the thing that does drive me a little nuts. Everyone's hung up about how this is happening. Does it really matter that much?
No,
I don't think so. I think it's great that we can get to the position where there's community engagement to the point that they're having a lot of fun watching, you know, some of the guys that they see on YouTube or see live stream or whatever they do, all getting together and going head to head against each other. I'm sick of seeing everyone carry on about, this and that and accounts. I don't give a shit about any of that. I don't care. It's just overplayed, in my opinion. To be honest, Gom and I, we could go head to head at some point organically. Does it matter if it's my account or not? I don't care. It's going to be fun if I take him on. It'll be a great challenge and we'll have a ball. That's all I care.
That's all that really matters. You know, I was thinking about this the other day because I watched T90 Official. He's been covering Age of Empires 2 for forever. And that's a game that's 20 plus years old now. They just had a new version come out. They have tournaments all the time with that game, right? I mean, they have PvE and they have PvP in that game, right? Where you can, do your official rankings and climb up and face people, right? You can challenge other players, right? That's the thing about that game. I don't understand why we can't have something where you can challenge another player. It's dumb. You could have tournaments going all the time, and just think of the marketing. Like, just think about if all of us content creators could create a 16 team bracket and just face each other. And
Ranger, I'd love to take you on. Nev, I'd love to take you on.
I would love to see 8 content creators in a group for a week.
Loki would whoop my butt, but I'd love to take him on because he looks like a hot unit, right? And so I'd lose because he's hot. But that's irrelevant. The point is that it would be amazing to get these, and there's only one way that things are going to be done in a different way, guys, and that's if our developers create some sort of a platform to be able to do that. And you know what? It would be amazing if we could. If you want it to happen, hell CG. If you don't, good on you. But there's certainly interest in it. I think the numbers speak for themselves that people are interested in it. But that's just my...
All right, two questions, and then we'll start letting everybody pimp their stuff. We have a question from Jeremy. Jeremy Spoken says, "Are they going to fix TW? Seems like the Galactic Legend walls and most of your rosters are losing value. More zones, more squads and zones, something? No, they're not doing anything to TW. It is what it is. They said that a while ago. The question is, would we like them to do something with TW? I think everybody on the panel here will say yes, right? Maybe add some more teams or zones for teams, but
Paul and I discussed this last night. Actually,
sure.
He's somebody put the suggestion to him, and we discussed it. Make the scoring for territory wars like GAC. So you lose banners based on loss of protection and health. And you get an increase in banners for undersized and stuff like that. It would change the the strategic and tactical way that guilds fought each other in territory wars if they just tweaked the scoring just a little bit. Because right now you don't get anything for undersized really. There's no big difference for that. There's no difference for if you finish with it's very vanilla and very dull and very boring. But if they were to evolve territory wars in that type of way, they'd also have to evolve the rewards as well, because the rewards for territory wars are based on what they thought would be good rewards from 2-3 years ago. So the rewards would need to evolve as well.
Well said. All right. Sunny says, "Hello, lovelies. Questions. We are getting consumable farms. We are getting consumable items to use for the Conquest mode. Think they will be a make or break thing and heavily monetized." Heavily monetized? Yes. Make or break? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Highly monetized.
Yeah,
I use the word consumables for a reason about 15 times in the post. I think it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And these aren't the good consumables with the special ingredient that makes you see things.
I don't know. I think it's going to be monetized more in the route of you need all the characters relics. They're going to make their money off the gear crunch. I don't know so much about.
You don't think they're going to do both there, brother?
Maybe, but I mean, it could be a case of where they offer some pack that's just so ridiculous and bad that nobody buys it anyway.
I know, right? For $99.99, you can get 3 more attempts on this Galactic Conquest and Clone War Chewie shards. There you go. Huzzah!
I guess it depends on how much of an impact the stamina has. Like if the stamina has like a huge impact on it, and maybe you need the consumables instead of purchasing the consumables, you have to gear up more characters, right? So then you just dump a vault and quickly gear up some faction like Karth, like the Old Republic, take them all to Relic, just to have an extra team. I don't know. I could see people just spam gearing. I think you're gonna have to make a decision if you're one of the players like myself, like Finn, like maybe you kind of keep your roster trim for Grand Arena, but that might really, really cripple you in this new game mode. You might have to, I think this is kind of going to curb the let's keep our Grand Arena rosters trim mentality. because the Conquest mode, you're going to want to do that too. So it'll be interesting to see like 3-4 months from now how everybody's responded and what they're gearing. Because I'm tempted to take characters up past my top 80 now. If I can get, beat something in Conquest mode, if that's what it takes, I'll just have a fat roster for Grand Arena and get my ass kicked all the time. So it is what it is. It's decision time.
Yeah, I hear you on that, Paisan. All
yeah,
right.
the big kicker is going to be the big kicker for me from a consumable point of view, and making people buy stuff to do better in Conquest is some of the are they going to make any of the PvE teams with GLs in them?
That's a good question.
I don't. Sith Eternal Emperor Palpatine. I can't do this.
If they put GL PvE teams in there for people to progress right to the top, it's going to force people to spend on characters that they don't want to spend on in order to get GLs, in order to counter whatever GLs they put in Conquest.
It's a good point.
Seems like a slam dunk for CG, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're going to make their money, man.
It's the one game mode where Sith Eternal is going to shine then, because, he can beat all of them. And you can underman some of them. So you can see what armor or see what Hermit Yoda something. And
it's game over.
That's a good point, Nev. I didn't think about that one, and that's interesting. Yeah.
All right. That is all the questions, and that is all the time we have for the Jedi Academy for today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Smash that like button. And now it's that time of day where we go around to the great panel here. And it behooves you to listen to what they have to say, because I want you to go to their channels, check out their content. These guys come on a Saturday. They could be doing other things like sleeping or spending time with their family, but they're spending time with you. So go show some support through these other channels. And we'll start off with the Heinzie. Where can folks check you out at?
Heinzie, ANZGC. Not hard to find. We've got Jedi Academy, I think, on Monday morning. That'll be released. We'll be streaming again Monday. I think it's Monday morning. Actually, we're recording it live this week, I think. So Monday morning US, we'll record it live, probably on Twitch, and then we'll be DOC again on Monday and Thursday. And then the Gritzy session goes every Friday night. It's pretty wild. We brought it an hour early. And everyone's loving that. It's been a heck of a lot of fun. So we'll see you this week.
There you go. That's science, baby. All right. Good old Maurice. Where can folks check you out at, my friend?
Operation Metaverse on YouTube. We stream Thursdays at 10:30ish. Every Thursday with T-Money. She's put out a bunch of good raid videos the past couple weeks too. So you guys check those out. And then over on Twitch, you can find me Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and probably in a couple hours here to do my Grand Arena. So,
word. All right, and then last but not least, the Nev.
Hello, Governor. Yes,
Hello, Governor.
You can find me on the Escape Podcast on YouTube and twitch.tv/Escape Podcast. I do a show with my co-host Paul on Fridays, which we've just done, and then I do GA Center with the Good Ranger every Tuesday, where we go over the stats and the fun that happened during the week of GAC for 70 various different content creators from across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of fun. If you need somebody to send you to sleep, I've started reading Star Wars Allegiance chapter by chapter and throwing it up on my own private YouTube channel because I got bored.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. All right. So make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Last thing we'll say, guys, is wash your hands, wash your face, wear your mask, do your social distancing. We're coming out the other end of the tunnel, but we're still not out of the woods yet. We got to keep working together, folks. Do the right shit. Seriously. I mean, it's a life or death decision. So, look out for everybody. That's what I love about this community. We do this kind of thing. So this is a friendly reminder from your friendly neighborhood Ranger J1999. So with that, we are going to call this one done. Remember, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Twitch channel, we will have Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition Wild Mount campaign with yours truly, Ranger, and all the players. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't checked it out, please do. We enjoy it. I love it. Your father loves it. Your Aunt Minerva loves it too. So check it out. And with that, as I said, check out these other great channels. Show them some love. That's what we do here at RSG. And with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and the Jedi Academy, peace out. We love you, and we will holler at you later.
Not like you're good anyways, Mace.
No, Mace, you son of